Hey, this is Todd with Trails Off Road, and I am on the Trailhead podcast.
Hello, Trailheads, and welcome to the Trailhead. Before the trails start today, we need to have a short safety meeting. Off-roading is an exhilarating but inherently risky sport. The insights and opinions that are shared by our hosts and any experts or guests on the podcast are intended to inform and inspire, not replace professional guidance. The Trailhead guests, partners, and any sponsors are not liable for any actions that you take based on what you hear. It is your responsibility to seek professional advice and make informed decisions, especially when attempting potentially dangerous activities. Always check current trail conditions and comply with local laws and regulations. Off-roading requires careful preparation and respect for safety, so ensure that you're well prepared before hitting the trails. And now that that's out of the way, buckle up and let the stories begin.
Wake it up, let it roar, feel the ground shake. Pedal down, dust flying, no time to waste. The trail is calling, engine power on a roll. This is where trails start and stories unfold. On the starlit skies, where the wild things roam. Every trail a journey, every Jeep a home. Meet me at the trailhead, where the wild ones run. The dust kicks high and the day's not done. With the road wide open and the turn in our soul. This is where trails start and our stories unfold.
Welcome to the Trailhead, everybody. We're officially live. Oh, I love this. So Mark joins and just says hi to Randi. Apparently the rest of us
I know,
can piss
because
off.
I said hi to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
fuck
guys
you,
didn't
Mark.
say hi.
Okay. Well, then I take that back. Partially.
Wait a minute. I should look over in the chat window.
You should.
I suck at this.
That's all right. All right.
Are we
welcome
live
to
on
the show,
Instagram?
everybody. We're live everywhere.
Yes,
It's
sir.
important.
Really?
Also,
What?
if you're watching us on Instagram, I've been told by Riverside that updates to fix the framing problems so you guys get a full picture are coming shortly. So fingers
there we
crossed that
are.
actually happens. Yeah. Now we can hear you.
I'll turn
twice.
it down. I'll turn it down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
There you go.
All right. So let's see here. What do we got this week? I have surprisingly little business this week. We did not get a voicemail from our intrepid reporter.
No.
So
Is he okay?
I hope he's okay. Nathan, it's been almost a month now since we've heard from you officially.
Can we get
I mean, I
another
think
witness protection video from him?
I mean, for reference, that's the preferred way to get them these days, but I'll take anything. So, but if you want to leave a voicemail, leave us a voicemail at 719-408-0132. We got a lot of interviews coming up and scheduled in the next couple of months. So get your questions in, especially I have got a bug in this office.
Yeah, we actually got to connect on that. I got to figure out when to get my peeps. When you want to do that one.
Yep, I will send you some information when we get done tonight, and then you can look at it tomorrow when you're sober.
I'm fucking sober now, JD. You dick. Why is everybody become drunk all the time?
Right?
But I don't want, because you told us you'd been drinking since 2:00 in the afternoon when we first got on.
That was before the live, dude. That was just a lie.
Oh, okay. So wait, am I to believe that what you tell us before the air, we go on air, is the lie?
No, I'm good. I can remember it. Yes, I've been drinking since 2:00 this afternoon. Well, 2:30. 2:30.
That's all right. I think Pope and I are both in the boat of we wish we could have joined you. So
Yeah. I'm about to start drinking right now. But
You're so full of shit, Pope. You guys all make yourselves look like saints around me. Thanks, Pope.
Yeah, see, here's my Saint cup of Jeepers Jamboree.
there it is.
What's in there?
Water.
Their Jeep Jamboree is going on this week in Moab, isn't it?
Though.
Well, he's just hydrating before.
I'm hydrating before I hit it hard.
I have a ton of those. I still have some left over from Trail Hero. All right. So Anyway, if you want to leave us a voicemail, please do so. 719-408-0132. As always, we are out at the trailheadnetwork.com and hit us up on socials. We don't have, you know what? I did not check for any new reviews. I'm assuming we did not get any new reviews. But I'm going to make a concerted effort to put more swag in that bag. So please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and shoot me a screenshot, and I will get you added to the giveaway list. When we hit 30, I'm going to give away the first package, and then hopefully we'll turn that into, every 30 or 50 reviews thing.
Heck yeah. We got Misfit hats we're going to throw in there.
Oh my gosh.
Misfit t-shirts I got to get rid of.
Hey, look, swag is swag. It doesn't matter if we don't want it, somebody does.
Yep.
And I'll give you.
I forgot to hand out
off.
T-shirts at Trail Hero. That was the big mistake that we made.
Oh, Josh.
There it is.
I'll give $50 off on a Gator Green Gladiator for fucking $40,000.
Clearance.
Oh.
All right. What's up, Josh?
What's up?
That's a
What
sale.
the fuck is that? What are you drinking? What is that?
Prime
My
Energy.
God. Dude, that shit's not good for you, man.
How old
it's
are
not
you?
good for you, Josh.
How old are you, Josh?
This is not energy. This is a hydration drink.
Okay.
This just has electrolytes. I have E. coli.
Okay. All right. It's good for you.
I have E. coli, so I'm trying to stay hydrated.
And I know where you got it from.
We all know where you got it from.
I think
Yeah.
everybody who knows my dog Rosie knows where I got it from.
JD has a clip of where you got it
Do
from.
we need to play this clip?
Oh,
I
play
think we
the
need
clip.
to.
Oh my god. Oh, I love it.
The chicken Big Mac?
No. This actually has nothing to do with the chicken Big Mac, but you know what?
100% American chicken.
You were so excited about this McDonald's bullshit.
And
I don't
then
like
what
it
did
anymore,
you
Diggy.
get?
So, Josh, tell us how the Big Bag Burger hurt you.
No, it's the quarter pounders. The sliced onion.
Yeah. Yeah, if you live in Colorado or New
Anywhere
Mexico,
surrounding Colorado where
Yeah.
McDonald's gets their produce from Taylor Farms, there is a E. coli breakout.
Oh, for the onions?
Yeah,
Yeah, for
you
the
didn't know
onions.
that.
Oh, I never get onions on my shit.
That's why we're laughing so hard.
That's
It's
why,
because-
that's why you don't have E. coli. Well, I do.
You have to eat vegetables to get E. coli, dude.
Hope stays a strict diet away from those things.
I eat strictly
I got nothing.
candy and beef. That's it.
Candy, beef, and alcohol.
Yeah, and
I mean,
and
it's a diet.
Fireball.
Fireball. Jesus Christ. When you say it, like my stomach turns.
Hey, I have some right here.
Oh,
That's on you, buddy. Yep. You take that hydration step. You do you, boo.
Look
What's
how big
up?
he's getting.
Oh, here's our update.
What do you mean how big he's getting?
Bowser is 9 pounds now. And he's got 1 ear that stays up.
1 ear. He has 1 ear. Show.
He'll get there. He's adorable, though.
Here, show everybody.
He's like, stop. What are you
I
doing?
know.
I am not yours to display like a trophy.
Yes, you do. You
That's
can
all.
never
I
give
don't know where
consent,
Maddie is.
so I
I'd
can't.
show
now.
her off.
I'm not waking the dog up.
Anyway, yeah, Bowser update. 1 ear's up. Can you see
All
his
right.
tail?
That's adorable. Like a big satellite dish.
Just one.
All right. How old is he? 9 weeks? 10 weeks?
10 weeks, and he's gained, since we've had him for 2 weeks, he's gained 4 pounds.
Wow.
I wish that would happen to me.
That you would
Yeah.
gain 4 pounds in 2 weeks?
Hell, if you came to my house, you
Instead
get
of
10
like
pounds.
overnight, like every night I gain 4 pounds, but the next day it's gone after I take a shit.
That's,
I'm
I was
good.
going to tell, yeah, that's,
too.
Jesus Christ. No, you I mean, you should take this opportunity to just shed some poundage, Josh. Just treat it like you got to work out as well, and like you could drop all kinds of weight real fast.
Oh, I have. I have. I've been weighing as little as I do now since I was like 15. Trust me, I have.
So here's the big question: are you done with McDonald's?
No, I can't wait for them to fix that shit.
Addiction takes many forms, my friends. Addiction takes many forms. Oh, wow.
As soon as they fix the fentanyl and the Coke, we're all back in, right?
Hi, Rosie.
This is Rosie, and Rosie
Hi,
loves
Rosie.
McDonald's double cheeseburgers.
She does. But she doesn't get onions, so she doesn't get E. coli.
Yeah, truth.
There it is. That's
Real.
the other piece of it.
Real.
All right.
Plus, they put those
that
stupid
night
diced onions on
particularly,
that.
Christina only had nuggets, so she didn't get it either. Maybe she may have even had a chicken Big Mac. I don't know.
You had a rough week though, didn't you?
What do you mean?
What
rough week?
With spraying on yourself?
Do you want to talk about the spraying incident?
The what?
Oh. Yeah, what happened there, buddy?
No. I'm an idiot.
Look, we're just glad that it's not us this time. We don't have to be the ones that are being an idiot, so.
Yeah. Well, so out of 4 vehicles, 3 of them have coolant leaks. So I'm like, it would probably be a good idea for me to have a coolant leak test. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny every time I see it.
I know. Dude, I laughed so hard when you sent me that.
I'm good. It's only funny because I'm good. And honestly,
Squirt.
Yeah, the truck
I laughed every time.
Dude, what the fuck, man? What was that?
Yes, I was doing a pressure leak test, and
you found it.
Oops. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hey, Jason, I can hear all that.
So I took it in the face, and it was great.
Sorry.
It's all right.
My dog.
I had to run inside and wash my face off and my mouth out and my eyes out and all that good stuff. And I did end up actually going to the doctor just to get checked out because glycinol is not very friendly to
No.
humans.
And I assumed this because you posted it. Like the fluid wasn't super hot, right?
He's chasing.
Okay.
It was cold. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
It was cold.
Smooth move.
I was just doing a pressure test to try to figure out where the leak was coming
All
from.
right. Smooth move, both in your fluids and
smooth move. X-Lax.
your bowel movements.
I saw this story that's been going around where people are like, "Post your fails," and I'm like, "Sure, why not?" You won't post your fail. Well, no, I posted it.
That's all right. Join us.
I'm waiting for all the hate comments to come in. So far, everybody's been pretty chill.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of one of those.
The hate comments come about 4 weeks in when they start showing it to people.
And people that don't understand Jeeps or know what we're doing start commenting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when the dickholes start
when
commenting.
the dickholes start commenting. All right.
Well, yeah, we're talking a whole new level of screwed here with these people.
So I'm pretty sure it's on the way.
Right.
It's always when you do something stupid. It's never the cool shit, in my opinion.
Did anybody break anything this
Never
week?
the cool shit.
Fortunately,
everybody's Jeep still intact.
Household.
Mine's still intact.
Mine is almost back from Trail Hero. I had a defective O-ring on my gas thing, and that was what was going on there.
Yeah, I got a defective O-ring too.
That and something else, and there was just a bunch of little things. So she's all buttoned up and she's ready to go soon.
All right.
Nice.
I'm up for my biannual oil cooler, so I have an appointment on Monday to get that replaced.
That's good.
So for those of you not familiar, 2009 or 2010, Jeep started replacing their oil coolers with plastic ones instead of metal ones. And now every other year or so, when we get our first nice good cold snap here in Colorado, it cracks my oil cooler. So
you get a metal one
because it's part of my Mopar warranty and it's too close to the engine and I don't want to fuck with it.
That's right.
So
that's right.
I mean, at this point, it would be more.
He would rather just suffer and have his Jeep down than
he's gonna milk that thing until they don't have any parts, and they're gonna be like, "Sorry, you're gonna have to just get a new Jeep."
That's fine.
Here.
You got to give me one, Jeep. I'm looking at you. Like, if you want me to get, you want to cash in this warranty, you're gonna have to buy me a new Jeep. That's how it's gonna go.
Dude, I can't
thing
imagine.
is like you wouldn't want that warranty on a JL either. I don't think.
No.
Right, but like, you can't. Well, why would changing that to the metal version void your warranty? It's like I put 1-ton axles on my Jeep and my motor's still under warranty.
So theoretically, it wouldn't. It's just not a fight I want to have. I mean, it's honestly, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's honestly one of those things where it's just like, this might be the time where I'm just like, when it happens again, I'm just going to switch it out to a metal one. Because I think this is number 4. And even at $100 a pop,
my hand has to be on fire before I make a decision. Like, you can't just burn it like 3 times. You're gonna have to like start your hand on fire before you do something.
I feel like you're mocking me, Randy. I feel like you're.
I am. I think on your Christmas list you should have a metal. Just kidding.
All right. Yeah. No, it's a valid point. It is. That, and the other thing is too is I'm also pretty sure it's an oil cooler. It could be something else, but I'm pretty positive it's the oil cooler. It's coming from the right place. So, yeah, I probably should just switch it out, but I'll get there. I'll eventually succumb to it.
This is like the longest my Gladiator's been in my driveway consecutively
this year. It's pretty awesome.
So good job, Impulse. You got it working to where it doesn't fall apart every time I drive it.
It's solid.
Have you been wheeling it on the weekends?
No, that's why it's all. No, actually, we did this
mud run.
We did this mud and snow run last weekend. I rubbed towels with it quite a little bit there, and it still held up. Still drove home on the freeway, no problem.
Kicking all that mud up in people's
I
faces.
actually think. Oh yeah, you know how my tires are. There's no fenders. When I got home, my tires had no dirt on them whatsoever, but the sides of my truck were completely covered.
He's covered all the way up to his roof.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Utah. Aren't you supposed to have mud flaps? Okay.
Yeah.
But not on the trail.
Not on the trail, you know.
Do you have them off the trail?
But then when we got back on the highway, I'm trying this whole thing where I'm going to say, I don't have a place to install them. That used to work on the front license plate thing. I'm going to see if I can make that work on the mud flap.
I don't know. Those rock tamers things are pretty popular in Utah, so good luck.
They are, and they're dorky, goofy looking pieces of crap. I think someone in the Utah Highway Patrol must own stock in it or be a part owner of that company.
Maybe.
So what's funny about it is we have side-by-sides that are legal to drive on the road.
Yeah.
They have neither fenders nor mud flaps.
Valid. Do they have a set speed limit?
There's
statewide?
I think they're not allowed to drive on the freeway. I think that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
But Highway Patrol doesn't really bother me because I don't break any other laws besides the 75 vehicle violations.
Yeah.
You know, the safety violations.
I mean, there is that, yeah.
But I never speed, and I'm always well behaved on the road, so they don't really mess with me.
Nice. All right.
I've heard of people getting pulled over a lot for those things, though. I just don't drive in that direction of the city. I don't drive towards Salt Lake. That's why I don't have that problem.
I was about to say, I felt like it has to do with where you live or where you drive mostly on the road.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with where I live. Like, they don't care in South Jordan if my Jeep's on the road.
Gotcha. Yeah. I feel like that's the way it is for most people here in Colorado when it comes to like your front license plate. Like, unless you get pulled over for something else, you're probably not going to get a ticket for it. But if you do get pulled over and you're an ass, then you're most likely going to get a ticket for all of the things.
Now, I saw what Robbie Layton had to do with their limo last year to make it legal to drive on Utah streets after they got pulled over. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'll just relicense it as an ATV at that point if I have to.
I mean, there is that. At that point, you could just license it differently, then you don't have to worry about it. But then
we don't really drive them on the freeway most of the time. It's only like there's a short stretch where you couldn't get back to Salt Lake without it. But for the most part, you just that car doesn't go on the highway. It's not supposed to.
Gotcha. All right.
Because I would flip rocks at people and shit.
True story.
You think dump trucks are bad?
Shit. All right. Josh, any break anything this week? You didn't go to Moab last week, and then you've been dealing with bowel issues, so I imagine you haven't done anything. All right.
No, I haven't done anything.
Trying not to die.
I mean, we just put the V pillars on my Jeep and swapped the doors to the factory doors.
All right.
I tried. Oh yeah, actually, I mean, I did have some fun. I tried to install a front drive shaft on the 4x8. This is remnant of me jumping it, and it was 3 inches too short, so that didn't work.
Oh.
And yeah, Jason's muted.
Yeah, he is.
He's talking.
Jason, do you know you're muted?
I don't know if he's talking about.
You're not muted anymore.
That's probably good. Was I muted when I said all that? Yes. Fucking perfect.
Well, now I kind of know
because now Josh assumes you're talking about him.
No, Josh, just keep going about your shortness.
Oh,
nice.
All right,
okay.
Shots fired.
How many shots are you in this?
I lost count.
Nice.
Jason started before we started the show.
Fairly confident Christina will never complain in this department. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, yes, drive shaft was too short, so now it's rear-wheel drive only at the moment while we wait for a new drive shaft to show up. I'd say that.
All right.
Yeah, I did align my truck in the driveway yesterday. It was nice that as I check it, it's like towed in 1/4 of an inch, and there I was wondering why my tires were wearing like shit on the outer edges of them.
I mean,
but
these are the things that we're supposed to check on a regular basis that I know we don't. So
I don't know that people check their toe on a regular basis.
Yeah,
maybe.
Anyway, I thought we were.
Yeah, no, haven't broken anything though. Mike, tomorrow. By the way, are we gonna see you? The Slaughterhouse Gulch Halloween run?
I don't think so. I have a birthday party tomorrow afternoon, and then I mean maybe, but we'll see how my day goes. Plus, I don't have a Jeep, right? I can't drive with a broken oil cooler. So,
boo-hoo.
Yeah, well, is what it is. Maybe
there's so many kids that are going to miss out on seeing you in that unicorn.
Are they though? Like, I feel like
yeah, I really do think my son is going to be heartbroken, man.
You know what? Your son
he's right here,
doesn't deserve anything from me after the way he treated me.
For what it's worth, he didn't actually call you an idiot. I called you.
Fucking asshole.
I made that up.
All right, duly noted.
You did say that you scared the shit out of him.
Oh, well, that's fine. Yeah.
And that you didn't listen, but yeah.
Okay, I could take all of those things.
And then I'm like, that idiot, and he may or may not have agreed with me.
At some level, those are valid criticisms. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, he's over here running his mouth now. I'm not going to tell you what he's
Son of a bitch. Look, like I'm trying to be nice to you, kid, and then here you are being an ass. That's great. All right.
He said don't be upset that his Jeep is better than yours.
Whoa.
Wow. See, I used to have a TJ, Josh, but I got a better Jeep. So, you know,
Why'd you down?
Why
would you do that?
He thinks he's got jokes. He says this about JKs. Your dad drives a JKU.
No, I don't. It's a JLU, bro.
Is it really?
Come on. Yeah.
All right, fine. Elitists. All right.
So is Joshua now a TJ elitist?
Probably. I mean, I would be if I was his age. Yeah.
No, he's just trying to be funny.
I would be too, actually.
Oh, shit.
I'd be like, this is the last good Jeep Jeep ever made.
He's looking at getting a JK.
Yeah.
A 2-door.
D?
Well, she wants a 2-door JK now. So we're going to have another Jeep in the family soon.
Okay. She just wants to be able to drive without you?
I don't know what she wants. That's a whole other story. It doesn't really matter. She wants a Jeep. I'm happy for her to get a Jeep. I'm like, it would probably behoove you to just get a Jeep. That way, when you break it or something goes wrong, you have a lot of people in the household that know how to help you fix it. And she's like,
yeah,
that's
the truth.
She's like, can I make it pink? I'm like, you can make it whatever color you want.
You're going to need a multi-decker trailer.
Is she going to have a pink one?
She's going to have a pink one, Randy.
I love that.
If I had to guess, it's probably going to be something like this.
Ruby Star. It's darker.
Oh, Ruby Star. She wants to do Ruby Star. Yeah,
Ruby
whatever
Star.
that means. I don't know what that means.
Porsche color.
It's a Porsche color.
Oh, okay. I have to look this up now.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
Oh, okay, it's Tuscadero-y. It's
okay. That's actually, you know what? Cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
2-door JK looking like that. We'll lift it, put some tons on it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't mind that.
Well, I like it. There needs to be some color in
and
your
then what
household.
was the name? She already
That's
picked
way
the name out
better than white.
That's way better than white. I agree. Yeah.
Rubiana. She wants to stick with the
Well, because it's gonna be Ruby Star. It's gonna be
it's gonna be Ruby Star, Rubicon. She's gonna call it Rubiana.
Cute.
It's all her idea. I'm like, okay.
Hey, whatever works. I endorse it all. Okay, that's you guys. So yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. What else we got? Jason, is your Jeep functional? Did you break anything this week?
Yeah, it works.
You didn't break anything?
No. It works. It's dirty.
You've been wheeling?
Oh, I wheeled it.
All right.
To the
I
mall.
ran over some rocks. I ran over some trees.
Like in the Walmart parking lot or like on a trail? Okay.
Trails.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
What trails did you go on?
I'm sorry, my dog was talking to me.
Okay.
I went to Tahuya, which is really, we like to call it two-wheel Tahuya because it's not really that tough. But if it's raining or muddy or whatever, people like Josh probably can't make it through it because you have to put your four-wheel drive on.
Well, hold on. That's the 4xe. Rubistina's 4-wheel drive work. And it's only temporary.
I know. I just wanted to see if you're awake, Josh. I just want to see if you're awake.
No, I'm awake.
You're awake.
I may be a little dehydrated and down a few pounds, but I'm awake, buddy. Let's go.
You know I love you. But no, I had some trails this past weekend. I had a good time. It wasn't a lot, but it was just get out there on the trails. And it was fun. Definitely way different than Sand Hollow. There's a lot of slickness, it was way different. I did pick up some new parts today. So
what are you swapping out?
It's going to be epic.
What are you doing?
All my steering.
Okay.
Nice. What steering are you going with?
OKG steering.
Oh.
OKG, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to do full hydro. I'm going to do full hydro steering. So I'm shifting over to full hydro steering. I'm going to do suck down winch. I got a new bumper coming.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a big learning experience for me, but I just want to try it out and see what's going to happen. Yeah.
I mean, everybody who gets it says they love
pretty
it.
Epic.
So
I'm scared.
Why are you scared, buddy?
Like everybody was like, well, I don't know, because I'm used to where my steering's at, and now I hear it's going to be like very touchy. So I don't know. It's gonna be different.
You're gonna love it.
You feel like
You think so?
Yeah. You're gonna be like, why the hell did I not do this sooner?
I also got a J8 coming too. The J8 brake booster and master cylinder.
Okay.
And
So why would you go?
I'm actually excited about that one because my brakes didn't really work at Trier.
What's the downside of full hydro? Like, why do people like
The downside of full hydro?
If you break something,
Yeah.
you can't turn it off.
Well, if you break something, you can't turn it all. If you lose a hose or
Okay.
whatever. What
Okay.
else? Your steering wheel never has a center. So, like in a JL, you would have to go to an aftermarket steering wheel. Otherwise, you're going to have all kinds of errors and shit because your steering's going to be like, there's no way to center it. You don't have a drag link, right? And then it is really touchy. You're not going to want to drive it. You're not going to daily that shit. You're not going to drive it on the highway.
I'm going to.
Yeah, you're okay. Fine. I mean, you can. It's just Dan did it, but Dan does a lot of things that normal people don't do, and I love Dan.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I was just curious because I like hear a lot of people say like I was trying to figure out what the difference was.
It's one of Jim's future
It's
upgrades.
like Josh said, it's very touchy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be fine, right? You'll learn.
Well, I'm just really so honestly, so people know. So we're very transparent. Like I got some discounts, but I'm $3,500 into this thing,
All right.
and I haven't even put it in yet. So yeah, so it better be fucking worth it.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's
I mean, that was how much my hydro assist cost. So good job.
Now, granted, I'm gonna sell a lot of the other stuff. So, for example, even though I spent $3,500 so far, I'm getting another oil cooler. So, if somebody needs an oil cooler, I have an oil cooler.
What about?
I won't need my.
I know somebody who needs an oil cooler.
Who?
Yeah. I hear you.
JD.
Yeah.
What kind of trust?
No, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. And the other thing is too is I'm going to be shifting to an orbital, so I don't need the 2 steering boxes that I have that are ported. So I have 2 steering boxes that are ported. There's so much more, like, and that's kind of like what goes with upgrading, right? And knowing the people you're around is. Like you upgrade, but you know a lot of other people need the things that you have. So yeah, you show the wealth.
Just make sure you have extra hoses and fittings with you and all that shit and fluid.
I got a pretty big hose. You want to see it, Josh?
This is not that kind of show, fellas.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I was just going to show him my hydraulic hose.
I imagine so. All right. All right. Well, I don't want to touch any of that with a 10-foot anything.
It's not that. It's really not that big. It's not that big.
Full
hydro. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's it. Morgan Fairchild. Shit. All right.
Never go full hydro.
Never go full hydro.
Wait. Never go.
All right. Well, we actually have a topic for tonight.
Yeah.
We're getting back
got?
into it because we got away from it for a while. I want to turn this into our annual thing. And this last year, I think we kind of talked about like our favorite things. And this year, I think we need to kind of talk about our favorite things of 2024. We may or may not delve into wish list items. Jason, I'm looking at you. Maybe we'll do that on a separate episode. But
I don't have a wish list.
You don't?
Well, maybe our next one could be a wish list.
Well, then think about it. We'll do it the next show. There you go.
I mean, I can come up with a wish list.
I'm sure you can.
But I don't really have one. Whatever I want, I'm just going to go buy it.
All right, Jeep related wish list, or Toyota Tacoma related wish, whatever it is that you're driving.
You want me to buy a Toyota Tacoma?
I don't want you to buy a Toyota.
Is it on the website?
I do. Yeah, let's buy Tacomas.
Fucking Dom on Insta.
I just asked my son. My son says to me, I have a wish list. I'm like, oh yeah, is it on the Motobuilt website? He hands me his phone. It's the Motobuilt website. It's the Motobuilt. Let's see, what does he have on there? Oh, the total only $5,100. Hey, does anybody know anybody at Motovelt?
I know a couple people.
Stubby front bumper, rocker guards, high clearance rear inner fenders, highline front fender flares, tailgate cover armor, 15-gallon fuel cell, highline bike inner fender kit. Oh my gosh. Corner guards, taillights. The back
He's
half.
building a brand new
at this
Jeep.
point,
It's going to
yeah,
look like a modern Jeep when he's done.
Yeah, you didn't need to buy a Jeep.
Front half frame kit. I've taught him
You have a kid with expensive taste, buddy.
I've taught him well.
Poor bank account.
He better get a job.
Yeah, just make sure that you keep your wallet with you at night.
He's probably going to get an OnlyFans.
Selling tire picks. Oh boy! All right. Let's see here. What else we got? So yeah, I mean, I'll kick it off. The last year, I think my big thing for the year was the Caraboter, and I still love mine, even though I can't use it until I get the clock spring fixed. Although that looks like that might actually happen now. And but my Tyree lights are awesome. They are bright as fuck. I use them all the time whenever it gets the slightest bit dusky outside. And now that it's getting
You said Tyree?
They
How do you spell that?
Tyri. Everything's made in the US and Wisconsin, and it's all metal housings. There's very little plastic of any kind, and they're solid. They're super, super solid. So yeah, those I like them so much that I redid all my wiring for them, and I'm glad I did, because they actually turn on and are functional now. My only disappointment was I didn't get to use them really in Sand Hollow. That was my sad part. So I'm gonna needle at that. I actually asked them. I told them that they needed to come to the event next year and host a night run or two. So the other big guys in the lighting realm are out there doing that stuff, so I think they should too. So yeah, that's it for me for that one.
Nice.
I will go to Pope, because I feel like Pope has one in the chamber.
Oh, mine's obvious what my favorite upgrade of 2024 was. It was the Hemi. America's Most Wanted 505 392.
Is that the most expensive upgrade that you did for 2024 as well?
That's more expensive than the Jeep was, I think.
I don't know if we're releasing numbers on there.
That was... Yeah, I can't say because I had a different kind of a deal.
Oh, I mean, there's tax laws, yeah.
But there was it's not the kind of thing like where the guy from Survivor didn't report it on his taxes. It's not that kind of a deal. But it is. But I did get a little bit of a discount. But they're going out the door price for that is around $45,000, including all the work that they have to do for
right. So you got about a $10,000 discount.
Does that include? This is a really weird question, but that doesn't include shipping it out to them, right? That's all separate.
No,
that included shipping it out. Like they list it as $36,000 on their website, or $36,900 or something like that, and then they charge you about $2,000 to ship it. Then you pay taxes and any extra labor that they encounter, any other things that they have to do that were weird on your Jeep that they didn't have to do on someone else's. But yeah, they base it's pretty close to the price that they tell you you're going to pay on the website. And when they get done with when they get you their final quote, it's right to what they quoted you.
Nice.
So, yep, AMW 505.
Hey, JD, mute me. I got to have my nicotine.
All right.
Yeah, it was the thing about this motor for I mean, obviously it's not going to blow up on me after getting tilted vertical for a little while.
Or tilted vertical a lot, like you are.
It's a great amount of power for your Jeep. It's where you feel like with the 3.6 and you're pushing big tires, trying to climb, you got to give it a lot of gas to get it to move, and then you lose control of it. This doesn't happen with the Fort. With the new motor, you have a lot more control. You have a much larger range of RPMs that you can actually get the vehicle to move at. So they did a nice job on it. I was pretty happy with it. There's a squeaking sound from the fan belt, but everyone has their things, and I think it's probably something we could adjust, but it's fine right now. Works great.
And it's turnkey. I mean, they do everything they have to. That's why I was saying 45 is because they do every little, like, they change out. That's the engine price is 36, and then they have they change out the air filter and all that kind of stuff too.
So this setup here that you're looking at, the turnkey machine, that's one that they've already built, has everything done. But they also go a little bit beyond. They add axles and everything else that goes with it. So it's like a brand new Jeep plus a $50,000 build. I would say it was cheaper to buy whatever Gladiator. It feels
like it would, and I'm not a fan of that yellow, so it was an interesting choice.
Well, and especially because the Gladiators are literally
Gladiators are
they're giving them away right now because nobody wants.
Yeah. So the other thing that one has a bob bed, but it has the factory bob bed, which is
still sticks out a little bit.
Basically aluminum, or at least really thin steel. It's only going to take one hit before you have to repair it and get body work on it. Whereas, the bob built by Moto Built takes a beating.
Nice. All right.
But I like these. Those are. I mean, that's my favorite upgrade on my Jeep.
I mean, I could see why.
It should be.
It fucking better be, right?
Be. Randy's like, it better fucking be. I know how much we spent on it. Shit, that's awesome though.
Yep.
I mean, I know it was kind of born from necessity, but it's kind of it's still cool. If I had the cash and or blew up my engine, I would do that. So, all right, Brandy, what about you?
Yeah, Randy's trying to blow her motor up now.
Is that?
I mean, my favorite upgrade of this season was my cage, for sure. That and my triangulation. I mean, both of those things have changed my world.
Yeah, well, you talked a lot about the triangulation and how much you liked it.
It's the cage makes me feel safe, but the triangulation actually makes me feel like it's dialed. It makes it feel like the geometry's right, and I didn't have good geometry before I had the triangulation, so I don't know what decent geometry on just a regular setup feels like. But all I know is that it's mind blowing in the sense of it's awesome.
All right.
I just don't get bound up. I can just kind of do whatever I want.
The angles she can articulate at are crazy now.
But if you're not looking for build stuff like a cage and things, I think the coolest upgrade that I had that is a great Christmas thing if you're looking for that kind of stuff is the slipstring from Diabolical. I just love that everything is contained. That's been so nice.
What is it called?
The rear enclosure.
The rear enclosure.
Oh.
The stream from Diabolical. It's the back.
So it's the rear enclosure for the back, so it covers the behind the back seat with the metal.
And you can lock your back, and nobody can get into it because it's completely enclosed. So I just like that a lot. That's kind of a cool.
Yeah, these things. The security decks.
It's designed to work with your hardtop, and
it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Different soft.
Yeah, it's just a really it just makes me feel secure with everything. It just makes everything tight and clean. It's just one of those really nice upgrades to have, and it's just clean. It doesn't.
Hey
look
guys,
all
I got to take off. We're past an hour, and I got to take off.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, man.
Josh, love you like a little brother, bro.
Okay.
Maybe like a little stepsister, but hey, that's cool.
Okay,
all right, buddy.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing is if you have your top off and you have the factory tailgate still, you can shut the factory tailgate and lock it, and everything inside the enclosure is still locked.
Yeah. I really like it.
Is this
probably the most useful thing? I mean, I definitely love my cage and I love my triangulation. Like, if we're going with like my favorite thing of the year, but I think this is the most convenient thing that.
This is the most accessible thing. I wouldn't say accessible. I mean, accessible is maybe the right word, but this is the most like, if this is realistic, if you're gonna, the normal person is probably looking
like,
for
would you put this
like
into the gadget category? Like, it's not, you don't need it, but it's nice to have.
100%. Yeah. 100%. I would definitely.
But I feel like it's needed because it's nice because I can just enclose it. If you're having your top off a lot, it's just like keeps everything tight.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's a lot of ways to do it. It just makes it clean for me. And then I have the slide out drawer, so
that was pretty slick.
That
was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I was impressed with the slide out throughout the Rubicon and Trail Hero. We used it a ton.
And it makes making snow cones super easy.
Yeah. I just want to, if I didn't have the door to swing open, that heavy ass door to swing open every time, I would really love the slide out more. I avoid going in the back of the Jeep because I hate opening the door.
See, I want the drop down tailgate. Josh has it.
Oh, I do too. Yep. It's just, I get stuck at the, I still want to have I have to have a spare tire. Like I don't have a trailer. I have to have a spare. So maybe someday if I ever put it on a trailer. So, Josh,
have you ever used your spare?
Twice.
What were the circumstances?
Flat tires on the trail both times.
So like tour sidewall?
Could you have plugged it?
If you
one. Possibly, yes. But I was so close to town, it was just kind of, it was just easier to switch the tire and not worry about driving on the highway home. The other one was, that was the one I was in the middle of nowhere, and that was a sidewall. And yeah, glue tread might have fixed it. It's hard to know now because that tire was in such bad condition by the time I finally got off the trail.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend your glue treads. I've just had bad experiences.
You're not the only one. I mean, it's just any kind of those products.
Yeah.
Right. I still
like the only time we had to use my spares when your glue tread didn't work, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You were the person whose glue tread was all dried up.
Yeah. Well, they
actually tried to use the glue tread on my tire, and then we ended up using a tire slug or something like that to plug it up.
Right.
Okay.
And then cutting flats on the same trail.
Yeah. But then on one trail we took you had such a big gash in your tire from Red Mountain.
That was a huge gash.
That was that was the only time I thought it would be reasonable to actually use the spare. We actually took the 42 off the back of Misfit and put it on Rubistina.
Rubistina looked cute. She had a green wheel for a second.
Yeah.
A little lopsided. She had a little limp, but she's
a little
fine.
limpy, little wobble.
We just aired the tire down a lot. It was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was fine.
That's funny.
Anyway, favorite upgrade obviously has to be the cage, right? I don't have any cool diabolical things in the back. I mean, we did do the Motobill drop down tailgate, and I do really love that. And I mean, yeah, like I already had a slider for our Dometic fridge, so I installed that. Like I made a custom base for the back, and I installed that, and it all fits just perfectly with the cage. And so I have the tailgate, it drops down, and then I can slide the fridge out, and then all my tools fit on the side, and everything is secured. And yeah, but the cage for sure.
Yeah,
I feel you. I mean, it's hard not to pick the cage, right? It's just awesome.
I know. And then you just have so much more confidence. At least I feel like I had so much more.
I was going to say, is it? Do you guys like the aesthetics of it more, or do you like the safety confidence it gives you?
Well,
safety. Both. Yeah. I mean, she's sexy, and I mean, Rubistina is definitely her sister.
Of course, I like the aesthetic. Okay.
It's super sparkly. No.
But knowing that you're completely caged in on an obstacle, and if anything was to happen, like that feels really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
right? You know, it's like you're sitting there off camber, tippy. You're about, you may go into the wall. You're like, whatever. I have a cage right there. It's gonna be fine. Like,
yeah,
I'm okay if I scratch the cage. It's okay. Let's go.
Really?
Are you really? You're gonna cry a little bit.
Let's go. Let's go.
What?
Let's do it.
I don't believe you. I feel like you're gonna cry a little bit when it happens for the first time.
I feel like he'd cry a little bit if he scratched it.
Dude, I say that I'm not going to cry, but I got a little upset when I dented my Gladiator in the only spot that wasn't covered in motorboat.
I bet it'll be covered in motorboat real soon, though.
I was like, fuck it. It's a fucking trail rig. I don't care.
But I do care. Otherwise, I would be upset about it. Yeah.
Well, that was kind of what happened. I mean, when I broke the U-joint and they were pulling me out and the back hit the wall, I'm like, whatever. It's a trail rig. It's going to happen. Just now I need corner armor.
I mean,
let's go.
I need center of the body armor for my Gladiator. Like that spot behind the truck bed, that's where I did it. I need armor for that.
I have rocker armor coming. It'll be here on Tuesday, and then the weld-on frame sliders. So our rock slide engineering steps are going away finally.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I'm tired of breaking them. I'm tired of bending them. I'm tired of having to replace them, and I'm tired of them causing body damage when I bang them into shit.
There you go.
Are you tired of them sticking out so far?
No, I actually like that.
Yeah.
I think that I have pivoted off of them a lot, and they have been very beneficial in many aspects on some obstacles. But at the end of the day, they just...
They've never hurt us.
Yeah, it's just causing damage to the tub, and they keep breaking, and I keep bending them, and I mean, we just...
Taking them on.
And Josh is complaining that he keeps having to take them on and off to replace motors and arms when we break them. I mean, it's a thing. They require maintenance, especially when you're doing the type of wheeling that we're doing.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. And I love them, and Christina loves them because she's a shorty, but at the end of the day, they got to go, and they're going. Yeah. So we have motor.
The ones I had on the Gladiator, they're a two-piece thing, and that second piece is right on the pivot point of your rock slider. And as a result of that, it dents and causes a big bend in your body right at that spot.
Oof.
And that's the only downside to those things. Because, I mean, then they require maintenance. But if you're willing to do maintenance like you do on all the other stuff, it's not really a huge deal. We bent the shit out of them, dented them far beyond what they were ever designed to do. They were not designed for what we're doing. But they held up really, really well.
I think that between the three of us, we've proven that they can be a hardcore off-road rigs, rock sliders. You just have to have a lot of maintenance. You have to bend them back into shape. You have to change
the motors out.
It's just not ideal, but you can use them. I mean, I had mine for 4 years.
Yeah,
or
it's just
3.5
years. The tub damage for me. Although, we did alter the rear brackets to clearance them for our control arms because of our long arm kit. Right? It was hitting the bracket on full stuff. So, we weakened it to the point where there's probably a little more flex than what, should be, but it's minimal, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, they held up and for most people, I think they're a decent product. But when absolutely. You start beating the crap out of your Jeep like we are doing, it's time to kind of move on to the next thing up.
What it comes down to is like, you want to run Milts, cool. You want to run Twister, it's time to move on.
If they were two doors, two doors, I'd probably hit you up, Josh. But so,
yeah, no. Well, honestly, we've been having issues with the driver's side step on the 4xe, and the driver's side step is fine on Stina, so we're going to be putting that on the 4xe. And then we just had, it actually came today, we got the additional skid plate for the passenger side, and we installed it on the 4xe. So now the 4xe will have the extra skid plates, and it'll have 2 working steps, which is great. And then I'm going to have 2 steps to throw in the trash.
Put them on Facebook Marketplace. We're in Colorado. Somebody will buy them as is.
They're pretty messed up. I mean, I'll probably just list them for free. Somebody can come and get them if they really want them. I mean, honestly, the passenger side is pretty fucking bent to shit. The step is hanging below the frame. Yeah. The step is just kind of hanging out, and it's bent, and it's pivoted in the center, and it's not okay. Honestly, and this is a Gen 3, and this is really only like the second or third time we've wheeled with it. I feel like the Gen 2s were stronger somehow, and I don't think that's possible because I'm pretty sure it's all the same. But who knows? I don't know. I love Rockslide Engineering. They're a great company. They've always been great to me, but I can't do it
That's
anymore.
fair.
It's time
You're
to move
beating the
on.
hell out of them, and I don't necessarily know that that's that's their target market for those sliders.
Yeah. And we've known the guys that worked there up until recently, and like even the company in general has been nothing but great to all the people.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
So it's just a different market that we've kind of evolved ourselves into. We've kind of graduated out of that area.
They need to figure out how to mount them to a frame. I once mocked up some brackets, but we just never had the time and the effort. Yeah. And then the shop was probably closed. So that never happened.
That'll do it. All right.
Anyway. Now, I'm excited. We're getting the motorboat rocker, the side rocker armor, so that'll hide the body damage, cover it up, at least make it look better. I should have them Tuesday. I'll probably have it test fit Tuesday night, off the paint on Wednesday.
Nice.
Then it was solid. Yeah. And then I guess the following week we'll be dropping it off to get the sliders welded on.
All right. Well, do we have any honorable mentions that we should bring up in terms of... Hey, let's start with hardware first, like anything under the tub or under the engine. Anything that we added this year that you liked? Like, I know, Randy, Pope, you really liked your S-Pod, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I now have 2 S-Pods.
One's not enough.
Under the hood of my Jeep. No, I was like, I'm going to have so many different things. Well, one of the things that's interesting about it is if you have one of those rugged radios, like I have the rugged radio, what is it, the G1 or G2?
G1.
And that radio, when you plug it into the battery directly, you get a lot of noise, and you can do some noise filters and stuff like that. But the best way to wire it is to hook it to either your S-Pod or one of your Jeep's auxiliary. Right. And then it filters that noise out, and it's really convenient. It's easy to turn it on and off. I run 2 of them because I'm going to run lots more lights. So I wanted to have control over each of the lights on my light bar on the top and set them up in different groups. And I'm actually thinking of adding other little fun.
He wants
lighting.
More lights and more lights.
I just need more lights.
It's a problem. Once you start putting them in there, you're like, oh, I like the one here too, one here, the 2, and yeah.
Well, and so I haven't had whip lights in over a year, and I feel like I'm neglecting myself because I don't have my flashy green.
Oh, so those weren't hooked up when the whip lights that I saw, they were not actually functional.
No, I just been using them for the flagpole. Yep. And so, I really liked the S-Pod under the hood. That's probably one of my favorite secondary upgrades. I haven't done a lot else to the Jeep this year. I did rock sliders too, but the ones that Josh is going to put on his, I have the Gladiator version on Misfit. But it's just, that's, there's not been a lot.
I haven't done a lot.
That's what I kind of giggle. I was like,
him.
There's only.
I love him. Like I want.
I got rid of like 30% of my Jeep this year. Changed it out again.
I mean, there's that. I mean, that was part of my problem too, right? Like when we did our show last year, I had my Jeep had just gone into the shop or had been in the shop for a couple of months at that point, and then I didn't get back till February, so I didn't have a ton of time I didn't add a whole lot of things because I didn't have a long off season for upgrading. So it wasn't time.
Yeah. But if you want to talk about a practical thing that we've changed on hologram, we re-geared hologram recently. He was running 538 gears because it was Misfits old axles.
On a 2-door.
On a 2-door on 37s. And that thing could just take off on the line, but then you had no power to keep moving, right? And so it was set up for rock crawling, but not set up for driving on the highway. It got terrible gas mileage. It was like 14 or 15 miles per gallon. Awful. We changed the gearing on that to 488.
That was nice.
And now it's getting, 19 to 20?
It's getting 22 miles to the
22
gallon.
miles a
we
gallon.
were getting I was getting 10 to 12.
Wow.
With the 538 gearing.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting 22. Yep. But it's a light little two-door. How am I getting such crappy? Yeah.
So the moral of the story is make sure your Jeep is built
adjust your gearing
job.
for what it is that you do. So because I got presented with the opportunity to upgrade my gearing or to up my gearing from the stock Rubicon gearing when it was done this last time around, and I passed on it because the expense, I just couldn't do it at the time. And the more I think about it now, the more I'm like, I don't really have a super big need to go over the 488s. I just don't. It's doing its job on 35s. Yeah.
You're on 488s right now?
Yeah. So
yeah, it's perfect for what you do.
And that's another one of those ones where you feel like you're being oversold at the time, and I'm glad I didn't take the bait. So yeah.
No, because they probably would have been like, "Oh, go 513, you can crawl more," but you're already at 35-inch tires. 513 would be helpful.
Oh, they tried to sell it to me as being easier to get up into the mountains, and I'm like, I go up 70 10 times a year. It's not like I'm commuting through the mountains. I'll be fine. So, along those lines, so the other thing I did have upgraded at that time through all of that mess was all my Steer Smarts gear. And man, that made a huge difference. Yeah, and I feel really bad.
Forgot to even mention
Steer Smarts guys, it made a giant difference in the way that thing handles on the highway.
All three of us are running Steer Smarts on our Jeeps.
Yeah. I was talking to little Josh. Sorry. Let me mute.
So, all of us are running it. Rubistina and the 4xe are running the same setup. All three of our Jeeps have the exact same steering setup right now. Even
Stina's only running the track bars, which have been great.
Oh, yeah.
I do have full Steer Smart set up on the 4xe, and we love it. I also have their alignment kit that comes with the plates that go on your calipers.
Oh, the home alignment kit. Okay.
Yeah, and it works so well. I love that kit. I even aligned the truck a couple days ago.
Well, it's kind of universal.
I thought you had Steer Smart steering on Rubistina.
No, I have the Fusion F-Ton steering on
Fusion still.
Rubistina. Well, I mean, it originally came with Fusion's original steering, and I didn't have any issues with it, but their new F-Ton steering offered better clearance, and that I was having issues with, so we ended up upgrading to that. So I run that on Rubistina now. And yeah, I mean, we love it. We haven't had any issues. I used to run RPM track bars. They run Curry joints, and I kept going through the joints. I don't know why, but since we swapped out to the Steer Smarts, we haven't had any issues. So that's all I can say. I love their products.
We had death wobble on all of our Jeeps, and the freaking things wouldn't stay tightened. And
we could not. Well, Jem, I tightened all of her jam nuts, and then I got on the flex ramp, and then they were loose to I mean, I could never keep my steering tight.
And so we ended up doing Steer Smart setup, and they actually have the exact same setup on all three of our Jeeps, even though their axles are different because we have Ultimate Dana 60. All of the mounting locations are the same. And so Hologram has the same setup as the rest of them. And it's nice because I can align it myself. I can tighten it, loosen it.
Jam nuts are you have to go to I don't even know how tight you're supposed to go on jam nuts, but they're ridiculous.
You only have to go to 85 pounds on these nuts, and on the jam nuts, you have to have two fat fuckers as strong as possible, and make that adjustment at the same time. So
all right, yeah, I think the only thing that I didn't get up front was some end links. And I mean, other than that, everything else was Everything else was replaced up front, and it makes driving on the highway entirely different experience than it used to be. Now that first time wasn't great after I had it all installed, but that turned out to be the wheel hub that was the problem. But when I drove to and from Hurricane for Trail Hero, there were multiple stretches of highway where I was just able to just put one finger on the steering wheel and just let it drive. So that was really nice, and I haven't had that experience since I lifted it, honestly.
And that's a cheap
really,
upgrade,
it's not
too.
that expensive. Yeah,
it's not that expensive of a change. I mean, for under $1,000, you can change your life.
I mean, seriously,
you can at least not have to.
At least have less death wobble and have your steering stay tightened throughout a trail. Like, we still drive straight after the last Trail Hero, and like there was times where we're on rocks articulated, moving the steering with hydro assist, or we're jumping through the sand dunes or bashing shit off of rocks. And it came off the trail, and I had to make an adjustment to my drag link to straighten the steering wheel back out again, and that was it. The tow was still good. Everything was pretty great.
I think it makes it. I wouldn't have believed it would have made such a big difference in wheeling in general, just in terms of strength, until I had that situation last year where I broke it. So, honestly, if I were to hit that kind of a same situation again, I would probably still have an axle, because I think all of that steer smart stuff will take a whole hell of a lot of damage before it translates to something else. So.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have the Yeti HD or XD or whatever they call their ends. Yeah. I have the Yeti XD ends on mine. Those things will not... they'll take a beating. They are really tough. And they're designed for 2.5 tons of damage, so
yeah,
they're great.
Good deal. All right.
I saw that he was making some like 40-ton steering for fire truck, and I'm like, well, how do I get that on my Jeep?
Did you ask him?
Yeah, I was like, that's what I want right there. That'll never break.
True.
Good old military style.
And then you're gonna wonder one day why your Jeep is weighing like it's a Tesla. I don't understand why the government's telling me I got to get this license differently. It's just weighing, 2,000 pounds more than when I bought it. I know.
It's over 7,000.
When you start replacing all of those hollow metal tubes with solid metal, it makes a big difference. So, all right. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of any other, honestly, having a fridge this year was a beautiful thing at Trail Hero. I know I mentioned that before, but
I still have to order one. I was going to order one before Trail Hero, but I couldn't get here on time. I think that's going to change snow cones forever next time.
I'm just going to bring Freezy Pops. I'm not even going to mess with the snow cones. Like I'll come to you guys for that. I don't want to encroach on your territory either.
Yeah. Stay out of there with
fucking Freezy Pops. Good. That might be a lot easier.
Actually, Otter Pops would be great.
What if you put Freezy Pops through the ice cold machine?
No, the snow cones are amazing.
I mean,
the snow cones, Randy.
It has become a signature for you too. So there is that.
Now, you know what? Whether you're getting voted out or not.
Sorry to anybody who might
again,
I know, it's really bothered me, actually.
Like, we didn't know we had COVID until we got home, but I wasn't really sick until we ran out of snow cones.
Yeah, we ran out of cone cups, and thank God.
We handed out 300 COVID cones, I think.
I mean,
well, I went through 300 snow cone cups, but we stopped serving them on Thursday.
Well, we ran out.
We ran out of cups.
Yeah.
And so we're done.
Look, it's a good thing.
And I breathed on all of them, too. So.
It was a really good thing I ran out.
There was about to be another breakout.
Hope licked every single cup cone before
they get a super spreader event. Like, 8,000 people had COVID because Hope and Randy wouldn't stop getting snow cones out.
Yeah. Because I would have given snow cones out on Friday and Saturday if I would have had cups.
Yeah.
People were really bummed they were gone.
They're not bummed now.
They're not
Yeah,
bummed
exactly.
anymore because they could have.
All right.
Yeah.
So funny.
We're not like McDonald's handing out E. coli.
You doing all right, Josh? Do you
And
need to
back
take
to
a
that.
to
I
step
think
away
that's
from the
good.
camera, or are you good?
No, I'm good. You know, the worst part about the whole E. coli
Telling
experience
us?
is like, well, no. So on the 13th is when I ate the burger, and then on the 16th, exactly 3 days later,
It was like a 72-hour incubation time.
We were at an Avs game. No, we were at an Avs game with a couple of friends, and we had front row tickets right next to the penalty box with Lexus Club access. So we had just finished having dinner at the buffet at the Lexus Club, which is fucking amazing. And then we go up and we go down to our seats and we sit down, and I look at Christina and I'm like, my stomach hurts. I have this shit really bad. And and I got up and I ran upstairs and I went to the public restroom and I'm like, oh hell no. So I ran back down to the Lexus Club, and it was I was praying that I was gonna make it, and I made it, and it was bad. It was so bad. It's never been that. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that you
Yeah.
chose to go to the high class area
almost
to
died.
destroy, as opposed to just going to and staying in the public restroom and then potentially.
Well, there was like, it was so. I mean, somebody had already taken care of one of the stalls, and the other one, it was just like, you know, you're in a stadium, man. People don't care. They don't look. They don't aim. You know, you don't go in there. I don't care how sick you are. Pope knows what I was talking about.
I think Randy's done talking about that. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, on a lighter, less disgusting note. Sorry, Randy. You know, it's true. I mean, that was my night at the game, and unfortunately, it was like every 30 minutes after that.
Thank you for your contributions.
3 days.
Yeah.
Okay, off-road.
All right. So, oh wow, I just didn't even know how to pivot off that. Yeah, Randy, do you have any? I mean, anything? Just do you have anything else to talk about? Because I.
Anything else?
How about those rugged radios? Actually, they have like a 50-mile range. Honestly, or something like that.
I do like a rugged. I like them, but I don't know. I have a lot of opinions. I like it because it's great when everybody else is on GMRS, but if anybody's on ham, then I'm just going back. I need the same
50-watt ham rate type of a ham radio that I have for my GMRS.
I don't know. When I first started wheeling, obviously CBs were the rage, and then the ham. Like everybody, the year after that, everybody's like, "Oh, everybody needs a ham license because it has such a greater distance." Which I agree, it does. The problem is that in an emergency, you don't really need a ham license, and unless you're wheeling with friends that are more than a mile away, you don't really need a ham radio. And then they came out with GRMS, which is fine, but now I've got a dual band CB and ham, and I don't have a tri-band ham CB GRMS, and I'm tired of fucking buying radios, and that's my problem with it.
Well, the GMRS, you can type in the frequencies on your ham, but the problem is that you're supposed to change the wattage on your ham radio to match the GMRS stuff, and so you're like, you can just use those FM frequencies. That's the big things. Like on your handheld ham radio, they're already lower than what you're allowed to use anyway. So like you're probably a 5-watt ham. But yeah, there's the GMRS range though. Like I'm talking to a Midland radio that's in Springville from South Jordan. That's like 35 miles away. And I can hit Skylar, and when I know he's on the radio, I can get on it and I can talk to Skylar and he's that far away. And
when we're driving out
like we're driving out to the trail, I'll be like, "Hey, Skylar, you got your ears on?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm over here on my way to Eureka." I'm like,
"That's awesome."
35 miles away from us. That's incredible.
Yeah, we went from having a radio you could barely hear from like the top of the trail, the first guy at the top of the trail to the back, we couldn't hear from there, to now I can hear the guy all over the valley. So an in-car radio is definitely a tremendous upgrade.
You feel like there's a big difference for the brand names like Midland and Rugged versus just the Baofangs?
I love my Baofeng radios so much. I would tell anyone on earth to buy one of the $25 UV5W or UV8W ones or whatever.
They're worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
They are.
And you can program all of Rugged's channels in them, all the GMRS channels in them. I think that for my in-car radio, I really like the quality of that the Rugged radio. Even their handhelds do really well over long distances. The problem is the batteries suck ass.
They suck so bad.
And so
you can't even get through a whole trail. Like you pay. So I how much are they? Like $200 a piece, and then you buy them for $200 a piece. And my Baofeng lasts for 3 trails.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're 100 each. It's 2 for 200.
Yeah,
it's 2 for 200.
Yeah, but the Baofengs cost $25, and you buy a $15 extended battery pack for it, and then you can have that thing last on the trail for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Baofengs, no doubt, are really good handheld radios.
They're good value. There's no way to tell you like you can do your research and figure out legal, not legal, whatever, right? Get a ham license, and you're legal all the time. If you're using only GMRS frequencies. Follow the rules.
And what I will tell you about getting a ham license, like if you got friends that are all using ham, great. If you want ham for emergency purposes, you do not need to spend all the time and effort and energy to go get a ham license. It is perfectly legal for you to use ham radio in an emergency, and you don't have to be pre-licensed for it. So
90% of people are using GMRS right now. And the other 10% are using CB or ham. I'd probably say 9% is using CB and 1% uses ham. I have one person I go on a trail with that insists on using a ham radio.
They worked so hard for that license.
And it's fine, except for that.
It really wasn't.
I know.
Yeah, it's just memorization.
That's exactly it.
So, all right. Well, cool. I'm struggling. I don't think I have anything else this year that I installed that I really think that really helped me out in any great shape, way, or form. I guess just an oil cooler is on my list for this year. A metal oil cooler. So
we've changed.
You changed a lot.
This year. We've changed a lot. We've changed a lot this year. I mean. We migrated away from the Baja lights to the KC lights.
Randy, you loved your KC lights. That was a big thing for you this year, right? Was that this year that you added those? Okay.
I've always had KC. From day one, I've had KC. I like literally the 13-year-old little girl inside of me wanted the 2 smiley faces on top of my Jeep. And so I didn't really care about the rest of my lights until I had that. I did have lockers when I bought my Jeep, so I wasn't lockers before light bar, but I would have been.
I mean,
that's fair.
He's got goals.
And so I mean, I've always had like a thing for KC lights anyway, so I don't know. I feel like they're what's on a Jeep. Like growing up and what I've seen, and so
I mean, I feel like every 1980s
right
commercial, if it had lights on the Jeep, they were KC lights. It felt like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to show you how not brand loyal we are, I got rid of my KC lights and put Baja design lights on. Right as Josh got rid of his Baja lights.
See, we're all running Steer Smarts, and then
I thought you were considering going back to your KCs though.
I'm considering going back to the KCs. I like the look.
I just like the look of it better. I don't like the droopiness. I don't know. You know,
the problem with this.
See, that's the thing is that the Baja Designs light bar that he has, like literally, no matter what he does to it, it droops.
It droops. Like we tightened it down real tight and Loctited those damn screws, and then after all these trails, it still went. Yeah. It still sags.
I'm just not a fan. I don't know.
And then the other thing is all the other Gladiators with Bob beds have that same light bar, so that it just kind of looks like everyone else. And I'm
glad you guys got bulbs. I hate light bars.
We need to put your KC light bar, bro. You know what? I think when I come out there, I'm going to help you if you haven't already done it. Help bring my.
It's not hard to put that. I mean, the other light bar is just literally all still put together, I think, and you can just go boop.
I think we just have to wire all the lights together into one circuit.
I'll bring everything.
And then it's like
you're coming in like a couple weeks.
You're coming in a couple weeks.
I know. I'm excited. And I think we're gonna leave Thursday night and just like camp somewhere. Christina and I make a little thing of it and extend it because we kind of want to. I don't know. Why not? We can. We booked the hotel for the next 2 nights. We want to see how the puppy does. I mean, she's been doing great with everything else. So.
She handled a week in Sand Hollow with all of us, so
nice.
I feel like you should be.
Yeah.
Sand Hollow. I want to go to Sand. She did handle a week. She did great in Sand Hollow. That was.
I know.
Man, take me back.
It was a good time.
That was fun.
It's good stuff.
That was a fun week.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything else that I want to hit in terms of hit list items. It's been a slow year in terms of adding new things. So I think that's going to change next year. We'll see how this plays out and into the spring.
You added a new costume to your arsenal.
Yeah, but I feel like I have two versions of it. I mean, I'll tell you this one, that the half costume, that's a hell of a lot cooler than the other one was. That was so hot that day, Josh. Whew. Yeah. No, that was.
You'll want that full costume during one of these winter events.
If it's really breezy, yeah, probably. But even still, it gets real warm in there real fast. It has like two little fans on the side of it that pump air into it, but it's not enough circulation. So, especially in the sun, and you get out there in the desert. So we'll see. When is Winter Jamboree? Winter 4x4?
Is it the 18th?
15th? Yeah, I gotta start.
15th.
Yeah, it's like it ends.
I gotta
the week
start
before
working
my
on those
birthday
plans.
every year.
Although I have to find out what this Trail Hero X bullshit is and whether or not it's going to kill my bank account. So we'll see how that happens.
Let's see what it does.
I registered for it, but I have no idea.
To be determined.
To be determined.
Yeah, we don't know what it is yet.
Well, yeah,
we're all like, let's sign up. What is it? I don't know, but I'm
first
signed
in
up.
line to say no if it happens.
Let's go.
Did you sign up for Trail Hero X?
I did.
Josh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
I mean,
I think
we might be overlanding experts by that time.
Oh wow, it's on my calendar, so looks like we're going.
Oh, you already blocked out the time.
Calendar,
Okay.
already blocked
You
it out.
guys already put your app in too, right?
I submitted an app. I don't know if you guys didn't go to the website and do it, but I mean, I don't know when we're supposed to hear something. I think it would be cool. I'm down. You know.
We're having Rich here in a couple weeks,
and
right?
then that'll air to all of you out there in Radio Land probably within the next 4 or 5 days after that. But yeah, we will find out if they have not released the details by then. But I feel like we won't hear like the next round of details until like maybe after Thanksgiving. But we'll see. So.
Yeah, I just think it's I think it would be fun to do a new event. I think that's awesome. It's not going to be a ton of people. Who knows? Maybe there's going to be a lot of people, but I hope they get quite a few, but I think it would be fun to go, huh?
I want to say I read it was limited to 25 vehicles.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think, and I want to say I heard that, but I think you're the person I heard that from, and you're not a reliable source, so I don't know.
Wow.
I mean,
my kids don't listen to me
I hope you
either.
didn't think that
What
coming
can
on
I
the
say?
show was going to make a difference for you in that arena. No? Okay. You have to say no because this is still a radio show at the end of the day.
No.
That's all. All right, cool. All right, well, maybe we should get the hell out of here before it gets too late. Pope, we're gonna do news next week. We're gonna have all kinds of stuff to talk about when it comes to Stellantis, your favorite subject.
Oh my god!
It's been juicy this
so
week.
good
I just before we came on the air, there's another article about Carlos. Carlos.
Oh, Carlos.
Ah, shit.
Carlos Finosa.
All right, cool. Oh, we'll talk about that next week then. Does anybody have any alcohol left? Yeah, we're all on to you, Carlos. Does anybody have any alcohol left? I'm not doing any.
Yeah, I still have the.
All right. Well, I may as well do the fireball shot because I'm trying to get rid of this. So.
Call my Ford.
All right. All right. Let's do this. Oh wait, there we go. Cheers, everybody. Let's get the hell out of here. All right. Oh God. All right, folks. Well, we will see you next time at the Trailhead. Next week is news, and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about. We need to get caught up on a bunch of stuff. So, yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Josh. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Yep. See you guys.
Feel the ground shake, pedal down, dust flying, no time to waste. The trailhead's calling, engines fire on a roll. This is where trails start and stories unfold. Under starlit skies, where the wild things roam. Every trail a journey, every Jeep a home. Meet me at the trailhead, where the wild dust kicks high, and the day's not done. Turning our soul, this is where trails start and our stories unfold. Our stories unfold. It gets tough, we crank it up. Dig down deep, yeah, we never stay stuck. Jeeps on the ridge, friends by our side. Off-road family, it's one hell of a ride. Trails start and stories unfold. This is where trails start and our stories unfold.
I don't have my
Show.
phone. You guys can
Yeah.
start, and I'll be right there.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. All right.
Oh, it's gonna be epic.
Let's get this shit started. All right.
This one might need an extra disclaimer.
Fucking, let's get this shit show going.
So, I'm just going to put the disclaimer in the middle, beginning, the middle, and the end, just to make sure I cover all of our bases.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to let you guys know too that Pope and Randy fucking blew me away on F-bombs during the Fergie time. Dude, fucking goddamn Craig texted me and was like, hey, yeah, Pope and Randy like beat you ×2 on fucking F-bombs. And I was like, Jesus. And he goes, I gave up on fucking hitting bleep, bleep, bleep. And I was like,
I know, I was
geez.
like, well, there was all of a sudden, I'm like, damn, how many times did I say fuck in the last 3 minutes?
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
I don't think he was expecting that.
Yeah, so just if you guys don't know, we were on Fergie Time on Fergie the JKU on YouTube.
We're not even live right now, dude.
We're recording now.
We're recording, but I just hit live on Instagram.
But so we just did an episode where you get to learn a bit more about Pope and Randy, and we swear a lot.
I guess we swear a lot.
That's why we're on this show.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that. I mean, I know that Craig's using the same program, so he can do the count too. He could tell you exactly how many times you swore in the episode.
Parental advisory: no children under 13 should be listening to this show.
I mean, they shouldn't be listening to this show. Hell, 16-year-olds shouldn't be appearing on this show. So,
we don't have children to like check us.
Yeah, we don't have children to make us like behave.
And he works from home a lot of the time, so we don't really like.
And I can.
And
just,
my clients that are like super religious and LDS, they live vicariously through my ness. And so I think they like it when I swear.
You're helping them walk the straight and narrow, Randy.
What the fuck is that, dude?
What's up, Ryan?
Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
My name is JD.
Sorry, people are sending me fucked up reels.
Oh, that's one of those things that'll happen.
Are they fucked up, or is it just because you've been drinking since 2:00?
No, they're fucked up. But except for this one, like where I said, God damn it, guys, and you were like, question mark, I really had full intentions of letting you know I'm drunk already. But,
So, if you're a regular listener of the show, you know what you're in for today. Let's
if you're new, I'm sorry.
If you're new, buckle up. We're gonna
buckle
have fun.
Up or
buckle
pause
up,
this episode.
Let's
and,
go.
Maybe go back to some of our pre-Trail Hero episodes, listen to a few of those, and then get acquainted, and then come back to this episode. Yeah, I think you're probably better off.
JD, I replied to your text.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll see if, like I said before, Josh
Rubistina when the
said
fuck
he was.
Did we go live? I didn't even realize we were live.
This is going to be like this all night, isn't it? Josh is going to join us, I think, at some point, if his colon allows for it.
Josh who? Rubistina?
Rubistina. Yep.
Fuck, man, that dude is such a dick.
Well, that's definitely the way to get him to join us, for sure.
He's coming in now. He's going to be like, fuck you, Jason.
He is. Well, he might not be. I don't. He texted me earlier.
He might just agree with you.
Yeah, he might agree with you today because I think he's feeling a little dehydrated. He apparently got caught up in the. He got caught up in the McDonald's E. coli. Oh, I'm telling. He told me it's out there. Yeah, I can't wait to. Well, I can't wait to share it. I can't wait.
That's why you just don't eat fucking anything. You just keep drinking. You don't have to worry about that E. coli.
It just kills everything.
There is that. I don't necessarily know that that's a solid dietary plan, but I'm not here to judge you.
Might kill the tapeworm
a little bit.
All right.
Still a little bit.
Off-roading, guys.
Off-roading.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
All right. Well, let's get this shit started.